Got a very interesting topic. Gonna go straight into it. No cut, no chaser. You know, everybody might can't relate to this. People of other nationalities, but so-called black people can, especially black men. Now, in the black community, so-called black community, they are women that say they are pro-black. They for the, advancement of the black people, for the black children, so-called black children, so forth and so on. And these women have these ideas of what a successful black, so-called black man is. And in the same breath, they are condemning so-called black men, and they are categorizing all so-called black men with characters, certain types, as like they may not be working, they may not be paying child support. They are putting all men, so-called black men, in the same category and trying to rationalize that as why they will go on the outside of the so-called black community to deal with other men from other nationalities. But in the same sense, when so-called black men say, what, they fed up with the so-called black woman, they are all on this defense and making all these excuses and justification. You know what? I'm not saying that the black man is perfect and he's doing, collectively, and they're doing what they're supposed to do, but they are black men on every level. And some of these black men do not fit the stereotype. These so-called conscious Egyptiologist type of sisters, these sisters that claim to have this information, but they still badgering so-called black men in front of the world. And then some of their justification is that they got some of these so-called black men that are haters of themselves, haters of their mothers and their sisters and their daughters and their children unconsciously, and they're talking about so-called black women on the internet, on a wide scale, and everything they talk about the so-called black woman is negative, negative, negative. That is another stereotype, whereas though maybe they trying to get views, and I'm not saying that some of their views are not correct, but they don't have no balance with it. And it's just like some of these so-called black women, they are straight badgering, insulting, kicking black men by they down, talking about, some of them talking about how that, about in the, in the work field. And in the work field, it is known, I'm from Washington, D.C., it is known that when I was coming up, many black women had opportunities that black men didn't get. Not saying that no black men didn't get those opportunities working in those government buildings down there at the IRS building, trade departments in the Congress buildings and all that type of thing, and other government buildings. Mainly, most of those jobs was being given to black women, and it was to give black women economical power over the black man, while the black man was given the crumbs to go to the streets and hustle and contribute to the destruction of his community and to, become housing, statistics for the penal system. My whole thing is that the black man shouldn't be talking about the black woman, so-called black woman, on a public scale, and the black woman shouldn't be talking about the black man. But at the end of the day, you do what you do. But you know what? And both sides, y'all hypocrites. Y'all hypocrites. You're haters of yourself. You're actually doing exactly what the so-called European Caucasian, so-called white media want you to do. And that's the confusion. They say the Willie Lynch theory or that book or that information was false, but it may have been false in this original application. As far as did it actually happen in the way that they say that it happened, I don't know. But I know what's happening now. There is division, and we are participants in it because that we done took the bag. It's the money over everything, money over families, money over neighborhoods, and everybody trying to point the finger. Nobody want to take responsibility. Some of these women, man, again, they feel so self-righteous and feel like that they have every bit of information and evidence to hold the black man totally responsible for everything that's going haywire in the communities. But they don't want to take no responsibility for themselves. They don't want to identify the roles that they had played even before we got up into this day and time. I remember brother Minister Malcolm talking about the sisters was prostituting themselves to the Europeans. They would come down to different barrels up in New York, and the sisters were selling themselves. Yeah, maybe the black man was with that too. But you know what? It takes two to tango. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my show, riff right real quick. but everything I said, I meant it. And yeah, anybody got some information want to challenge it, bring it on. But you know what? At the end of the day, the truth gonna rise to the top. And that falsehood and those old lies and those old justification, that John don't got nothing over here. Peace.